Okay, so I will be doing this vintage 40s, 50s kind of Hollywood style hair. I have done it as well on the sculpture curler, which is this little wee fangled tool. I've heard quite a lot of reviews about it. Well, I had to search for quite a lot of reviews. There are some YouTube videos on it and wanted to test it out myself, so got one from eBay all the way from Australia and can just having a wee play around with it. It's got two sides, a large side and a small side. These were all done with the large side, and just really kind of going through the pros of doing it, how easy it was to use or stuff, and the kind of cons and stuff, which seems to be a little bit more frizz for my style hair. This is the first time I've done a hair tutorial or any tutorial, and yeah, let me know what you think below and enjoy! Right, I'm just going to set my pattern. I'm going to have it quite, this is my natural pattern, which is quite to one side. I'm going to have it just a little bit more, just for this style. Right, so I sectioned my hair off into two, and as well as my setting lotion and my comb, I'm going to be using my pin curler. This is a sculpture pin curler. It has a big side and a wee side. This one seems to be quite tight. If I was doing a very tight curl with the length of hair that I've got, it would take forever to dry, and then I can imagine it's just going to be ridiculously tight to brush out. So I'm going to use the bigger one. The bigger one I do think is still smaller than the pin curls I normally do. I normally do them two fingers, so that is that kind of size. That just shows you how small this pin curler is compared to the size that I normally do. So let's have a go. This is the first time I'm going to use it and see how it is. So first things first, I am going to just section this off. This is going to be the first lot. I usually use my pinky nail, to be honest, to section up. I find that easier than using rat tail combs at times. So this section, I'm going to section it off into, normally this would probably just be two, but I'm going to section it off into three, to be honest, because this pin curler is so small. Right, and give it a good spray in your face. Right, so this is the first time I have used this, and to do it is supposedly stick your hair through it like this, work it down, and then see, it's like that now. Now you could pull it all the way through, but I do think, especially with my hair a wee bit layered at the front, you can already see it's falling out here. I think I'm just going to wrap it round like that, and then wrap my hair over it. And now that I've got a bit of an anchor, now I'm going to start to pull the rest of this hair that's fallen out. Make sure, and the thing with pin curls is you do not want to twist yourself. You don't want to actually have your hair turning around itself. So you want this to be nice and flat at all times. Right, there we go. Could do it with a wee bit more setting lotion. My hair is actually getting quite dry. Now, keep rotating all the way up. There we go. And now I've decided I want to turn it this way, so the curl is turning away from my face, and pull it down, take this out, get one of my wee crocodile clips, double pronged clips, I think people call them duck clips, so like little ducks, right, and just secure that in. There we go. Again, when you're securing it, you don't want to, this has got a slight bend in it. You want to, I know it seems to be really, really pernickety, but you don't want to give yourself you know, hours of curling your hair, and you're making these lovely round curls, and then when you're putting your pin in it, you're really squashing it, you're really kind of warping it. Then when you take it out after hours of drying it and spending, you know, you've always got your hair icon image in your head, and then you take it out and you brush it out, and these curls, instead of it being a really nice curl to then start working with brushing out, they are really warped. You're just going to make yourself, it's just going to make everything 10 times worse, and then you're going to go, oh, this doesn't work, oh, this is really hard, oh, I'm just not going to do it. Right, so making my life a wee bit harder for myself, I'm actually just going to take this off here instead of sectioning it this way, because the bit would be too thin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have rows going this way. So this one went away from my face, so this one's going to go towards my face. This row here is going to go away, and all the ones in the line to this one are going to go towards. Okay? Same sort of thing. Spray it with setting lotion. Spray your face every single time. Maybe not the best to do your makeup before this, because although saying that, setting lotion might keep your mascara and everything in place. Right, get your pen curler. Totally lost that again. See, I can't lose my fingers. At least when I'm doing pin curls with fingers, I know where my fingers are. Right. Wrap it around. That was quite a lot there wrapped around. I could have pulled that through a bit more. So now it's wetter, see, it's sticking to this so much easier, and it's easier to work with. This is a good wee thing. I mean, normally I would spend a good 2 minutes just making sure that the bottom of that curl is perfect. Right, now we've got it up. Last time I turned this way, so this curl went that way. This time I want to pull it this way. So I'm going to pull it off first. Make sure it's on this, and then rotate it that way. And just make sure when you do it, you're nice and delicate with it. You're not going to pull any bits out. Right, and here we go. Okay, so this will get sectioned eventually into those bits and those bits. Right, let's take more hair out now that I've started. Okay, now to section these rows, that is going to be that row that we did first. So this row, as I say, I'm going to curl it, curl, and then I'm going to turn it and pull it up. Curl, turn it, pull it up. Turn it, pull it up for all this row. So that's all this here. And then for these ones, curl, pull it off, and then turn it this way so it's going towards my face. Curl, pull it off, turn it this way so the curl's going that way. Okay, right, I have done this side of my hair. This side has kind of encroached, so it's the two lines going this way, going that way, and this wee guy going that way to suit all these friends. So I have gone from the side quite far around to the back, so I've now just got this side. A lot of people do it sides and crown. This is a crown, but the crown is going that way, so I'm also going to kind of make sure that it flows quite nicely. So this side technically is that amount of hair, because when it's all brushed out it will be that side. And this side is a lot less hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin this up, because I'm going to have this kind of S curl here. I want this off of my face, so it doesn't, you know, you couldn't have two S curls because then it'll make your face so small. You want to give yourself a nice kind of line of your cheekbone. So to do that, I'm going to be pinning it up, and to go with my pinning, I want to do these ones so they go away from my face, because I'm going to be brushing them back, and for the rest of my hair down here I'm going to be wanting them to come forward, so I'm going to be wanting to go towards my face with those curls. I'm probably going to just do this in two, so going back and then going forward. The two I am going to section off again, because just with me it is so much hair, you probably won't be able to do it. Like, you wouldn't need to do it, but I do because that's still quite a lot. So even though I will have two sections still going to go back, and then these two sections are still going to go forward. I have relocated into a much colder, echoey room. Right, whilst I've moved, let's have a wee closer look. Because I realise when I'm sitting here, I'm quite far away from you. Okay, so these ones all going this way, those ones all going that way. Oh, I'm going to totally fall off my seat. And then, when we come around to these ones, we've changed it by pulling these ones back. So these are all going back, these ones are going back, and then these ones are coming forward. So when I pull this back, hopefully we'll get quite a nice shape. Interesting shape. I've not done this before where I've done ones just going back and just going forward. So I'm quite interested to see when I brush it out. It's actually what it's shaped like for this crest here. With these ones, I'm going to do elevated pin curls. So the ones that we've done before are flat pin curls, because they're going flat against your head. They're the most comfortable when you're sleeping. If you get these pins, and if you're finding they're a wee bit uncomfortable to sleep in, especially around the back and sometimes around the side, I find my temples really hurt sometimes when I'm doing this. Substitute them for two curvy grips going in an X way. So one curvy grip this way, one curvy grip going that way. If you're American, you call them bobby pins. Okay, so with these pin curls, these ones here at the very front, I'm going to have them going this way because I want to get this nice little wee kind of tidal wave sort of shape, crest of a wave, not tidal wave, crest of a wave sort of shape before they come down. So to do that, you're wanting your pin curls to go this way. So not just going back, but actually tilting them on a diagonal. So the hair here knows that it wants to go that way. It doesn't want to go straight back that way because then you will look very surprised. What I will be doing is taking small sections, like so, giving them a spritz, this time away from my face. Oh, but the bottom of it just, I now have a nice bit of lipstick. I'm using this, so I will continue to be true and use this. I do think that this will give way too tight curls for the crown of my head. Normally for elevated pin curls, we're talking about being, I mean, I usually do a good 3 fingers now on top. Not the 2 that I would normally do on the sides. Oh, that's a tiny wee curl, but let's go with it. Right, so because it's elevated, instead of going flat against your head, you're just going to slot in your clip. You see? So see, it's not going straight back the way, it's going slightly diagonal to the side. Okay, and I will just continue to do that all with this front section. I now have the front section. What I've decided is I'm going to take a wee bit more for the front section. So I have on a diagonal, see this diagonal line, taking this, and this will be joined with the rest of these. It'll go the exact same way, it'll go up into a diagonal. These will all go up into a diagonal with this. And this section that's left over, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue the lines. So since these are going that way, I will section this off into 2. This will go forward, that will go back. So this lines will go this way and those ones will go that way. But I won't pin them right up to the crown. I'll leave them probably a wee bit looser. Okay. that is me all done. Right, these ones are going back and diagonal, as said, and that was the wee section that I took. I made them quite big actually, because I'm just getting really lazy. These are the elevated pin curls, and these are the flat pin curls and flat pin curls that are going in the different direction.